In the following clip you're about to watch, we check into one of the most notoriously haunted locations in the United States, the Jerome Grand Hotel in Arizona. A mother and her daughters are just trying to settle down and get some sleep, but the room clearly has other plans. The creepy activity starts subtly, with the floor lights suddenly flicking on entirely by themselves. But keep your eyes on the bed and watch their reactions, because the real terror in this video happens where the camera can't quite see. According to the poster of the video, right after the lights malfunctioned, they felt the mattress physically sink as someone or something crawled into bed right next to them.
Mom, stop. Stop! What? Jesus, it's a What is it? It keeps going, Diane. Mom's like went on two over there. By the front door. Did you feel the bed move? I feel the bed move.
When you dive into the history of the location, this terrifying encounter actually makes a lot of sense. The Jerome Grand Hotel wasn't originally a hotel at all. It was built as the United Verdi Hospital in the 1920s, a place that saw immense suffering and countless deaths. In paranormal research, feeling a heavy weight or the sensation of someone getting into bed with you is a classic tactile manifestation. Given the building's dark history, investigators often theorize that these are the restless spirits of former patients who are trapped in a residual loop, confused, and still trying to climb into a hospital bed. However, skeptics often dismiss these physical sensations as hypnagogic hallucinations, sensory tricks the brain plays when transitioning into sleep, combined with the power of suggestion in a famously spooky hotel. One thing we know for sure is that at the end, whatever they felt on that mattress sent them running in pure terror. And there were people in the comments that reported a similar occurrence at that same place. So what do you think? Was a restless spirit trying to share their room? Or was it just a trick of the mind and some faulty wiring? I'll leave you to be the judge. In this next clip, we see a terrifying escalation of events that starts with one of the most unsettling sounds you can hear in an empty house: a little girl crying. The guy filming this hears the sobbing echoing from his downstairs bathroom. Phone in hand, he cautiously goes to investigate, only to find the bathroom light aggressively flickering on and off from beneath the doorframe. Wanting to know what he's dealing with before going in, he drops to the floor to peek through the gap. That's when he clearly sees a pair of little legs wearing shoes standing right on the other side. He immediately tries the handle, but the door is completely jammed shut. Watch what happens when the door finally gives way, and listen closely to the audio the second he steps back out into the hallway.
¿Quién eres? Algo abrió la puerta. Vi sus pies. Ya me voy.
In the world of paranormal investigation, this sequence of events is a massive red flag. The sound of a crying child is a textbook lure, a manipulative tactic used by malevolent entities to trigger your natural human instinct to help. The flickering lights indicate a massive drain on the surrounding electromagnetic field, giving the entity the energy it needs to create a solid physical manifestation, like the legs and shoes he saw under the door. But the most terrifying part is the immediate shift in energy. The second he realizes the bathroom is completely empty, the illusion drops. That deep, guttural growl coming from the living room is the entity dropping the little girl act and revealing its true demonic nature. So what exactly do you think that is? And what would you do if something like this happened in your house? This next clip shows exactly why bringing certain vintage toys into your home is always a massive gamble, especially when you have a busy household. The mother filming this video mentions in her caption that it's just a normal, chaotic morning, and you can even hear her kids being loud in the background. But up on top of her cabinet, sitting in the shadows behind a Nintendo Switch box, is a doll that has been acting up all morning. She says it had been randomly making little sounds and playing its music before stopping. She finally decided to pull out her camera to see if she could catch it in the act, and she got exactly what she was looking for. Keep your eyes locked on the face of that doll in the background.
I think I can see it on here. Hold on. Now it's stopped. Oh, wait, there it is. See if she moves. There it is.
Seeing an inanimate object move is one thing, but seeing a doll physically turn its head to look directly at the person filming is a whole different level of terrifying. In paranormal research, haunted dolls are a major focal point. Entities, both human spirits and demonic attachments, often bind themselves to human-like vessels. It gives them a physical anchor in our world, a face, and a body to manipulate. The fact that it was playing its music to get her attention, and then deliberately turned to face her the second she started recording, shows an incredibly high level of intelligent awareness. It knew it was being watched, and it wanted to look right back. When you have an actively haunted, physically moving object in a house full of energetic children who are basically giant batteries for paranormal entities, you are sitting on a ticking time bomb. If a doll turned its head to look at you in your own living room, are you throwing the doll out, or are you just moving out of the house entirely? In this next clip, the guy filming is taking his Cybertruck for a slow drive through a completely empty cemetery in the middle of the day. But as he glances down at his infotainment screen, the vehicle's collision avoidance system suddenly starts flagging multiple pedestrians walking right alongside the truck. The terrifying part? When he looks out the windshield and pans the camera around, there isn't a single living soul in sight.
I just want y'all to see I'm at look where we at, y'all. There's nobody outside. I believe God is real. This is all proof to me. Look at this. Look at this, all the people here.
There's nobody here.
Crazy. Crazy.
When you dive into the technology behind these vehicles, this footage gets incredibly eerie. Companies like Tesla have built highly advanced camera-based vision systems and sensors designed to detect mass, depth, and human shapes to prevent accidents. Because these sensors are constantly processing environmental data that the naked human eye might completely miss, some modern paranormal investigators believe and have actually started using these cars as massive, rolling, ghost detecting tools. People like this believe that the system isn't just glitching out on a single oddly shaped tombstone in that clip. It is actively tracking multiple distinct human-shaped figures moving together in a group alongside the road. But of course, there are those who believe that it's just a software glitch. What do you think? This next clip shows a man that believes he is being targeted by brujeria. Brujeria is a complex form of witchcraft that comes from Latin American traditions. And while it has roots in healing and protection, the darker side often involves a trabajo, a targeted curse that actively binds a malevolent spirit to a specific person to drain their energy, cause intense paranoia, and induce absolute terror. The footage starts around 11 p.m. He wakes up to find his bedroom door inexplicably wide open, and he points out that he can clearly hear the downstairs TV playing all by itself. As he pans his camera toward the dark hallway, he spots a shadowy figure just standing there, watching him. Fast forward 5 hours later, he had managed to fall back asleep, but was suddenly woken up by one of his dogs. He grabs his camera, looks toward the open door, and realizes the nightmare isn't over. The entity is still standing right there in the dark. What out for the door opening before he completely lost it?
Son las 11 de la noche, más o menos. Me dormí desde las 6 de la tarde. Ya hasta se me hizo tarde para alcanzar la tienda. Y noté que la puerta está abierta, perdón. Todavía ando con un poco de sueño. Ahí anda Frijol y Chorizo está comiendo sus croquetitas. Es ese ruido. El punto es que se escucha que la tele de abajo está prendida. No sé si se alcanza a escuchar. Es que Chorizo comiendo hace mucho ruido. Y no sé si me quieran creer o no, pero como que veo que hay alguien ahí parado. Se los juro que como que veo que hay alguien ahí parado. No, yo Chorizo ya vi. No, Chorizo. Son las 2 de la mañana. Pues estaba dormido, me despertaron uno de mis perros. Y está la puerta abierta, pero hay algo ahí. No sé si se alcanza a ver como si estuviera ahí una silueta. Es que a ver, déjeme cambiar la cámara a ver si se ve mejor. A ver... Ahí se ve... Sí, ahí se ve mejor. No sé si se alcanza a notar. Y es que la luz está ahí al ladito. Y acá también están mis linternas. No me quiero parar ni acercar ahí. Pero hay algo ahí parado. No sé si se alcanza a notar con la cámara. Hay algo ahí parado, no sé qué pedo. No sé qué pedo, pero hay algo ahí parado. No me quiero la neta ni acercar, pero la puerta la estaba... ¿Qué pedo? ¡No, se mamó!
The sheer panic in his voice as he realizes he is trapped in his own bedroom is incredibly unsettling. When you look at this through the lens of Dark Brujeria, this isn't just a random haunted house scenario. It's a highly targeted spiritual attack. This entity's entire purpose is to harvest his fear. The fact that it stood in his doorway for hours, basically waiting for him to wake up, is a textbook psychological tactic designed to break him down. And when it finally lunges at him with that terrifying speed at the end, it crosses the line from a creepy shadow into a highly aggressive physical threat. In this next clip, we step away from the terrifying and look at an encounter that is both heartbreaking and incredibly beautiful. The footage starts with a deeply touching moment between an elderly, sick woman and her husband, who is showing her an incredible amount of love, comfort, and devotion while she rests. Their daughter is the one recording this sweet interaction. But before you watch the clip, there is a heavy, spiritual backstory happening behind the scenes that you need to know. The mother has been telling her family that she has started seeing her younger daughter, who tragically passed away in 2017, standing in the room. On top of that, she claims she has been hearing the voice of her own late mother.
And, oh wow. Oh.
You've been all right, boy.
And between the radiation and the chemo medicine I'm taking at night, they are kicking my butt. I am so wore out. I feel like I worked 5 double shifts. And I remember working 5 double shifts at General Electric. I am so wore out. And I love you.
I love you.
I love you. You don't know how much I love you.
I love you. You don't know how much you do.
Oh, good.
Here, Tina. Come get my ring.
Well, your rings are already off, Mama.
Yeah,
Jenny.
there's rings are right here too.
Jenny has them.
I've got 6.
Jenny has them.
Oh,
Let me give that her water.
okay. I mean, you don't need to have them on because they can fall off and fall on the floor and get sucked up in the vacuum cleaner or something. So
As her condition progressed, the daughter kept a camera running in the bedroom to monitor her. Late at night, the mother is resting quietly in the dark when she suddenly speaks into the seemingly empty room, softly saying, "Okay," as if she is actively responding to someone only she can see. Listen very carefully to the audio immediately after she speaks.
Okay.
Hearing a faint, distinct voice whisper "Mama" right after she agrees to whatever is being asked is incredibly profound. In the medical and hospice communities, this phenomenon is widely documented as a deathbed vision. As people near the end of their lives, their awareness often seems to shift, and they frequently report seeing, hearing, and speaking with family members who have already passed on. While skeptics might argue the whispered audio is just pareidolia, a heavy breath, or background noise, the timing and the history of her visions make it undeniably powerful. Sadly, the mother passed away just a few days after this footage was recorded. But whether that whisper was a true EVP, electronic voice phenomenon of her younger daughter, or just a trick of the microphone, it brings an immense amount of peace to the family. It is a deeply comforting thought to believe that when it is finally our time to leave this physical world, the loved ones we've missed for years are standing right there waiting to welcome us home.